Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we're tackling a topic that is highly practical, totally unavoidable, and honestly absolutely critical for anyone hosting a big holiday meal. We're talking about protecting your kitchen drain. In this explainer, we're going to visually break down exactly how to safeguard your kitchen's absolute busiest connection during all that high-traffic holiday cooking. Let's get right into it. Picture the chaotic reality of holiday cooking for just a second. You've got multiple pots boiling, plates are stacking up to the ceiling, family members are wandering in and out of your workspace, and the sheer volume of food is just off the charts. Now, what's the absolute quickest way to bring all that festive momentum to a screeching halt? Yep, a stinky, stubborn, clogged plumbing emergency. It can literally instantly derail the festivities and turn a really joyful evening into a stressful, messy nightmare. But, it doesn't have to be this way. Okay, so let's dive into our survival plan for this. We're going to cover 1, the holiday drain threat, 2, catching the culprits, 3, managing grease like a pro, 4, the maintenance flush, and finally 5, troubleshooting a slow drain. Section 1, the holiday drain threat, the kitchen's busiest connection. Look, we really have to acknowledge the heavy strain that holiday foot traffic places on your sink and drain system. During a regular week, your kitchen sink sees, moderate use? But during a holiday gathering, it's the absolute epicenter of the house, processing an immense volume of waste in a really short window of time. And when we look at the data, 3 specific enemies emerge as the main culprits of a clog: grease, food scraps, and starchy residue. As these 3 elements build up, it's a compounding problem. First, your drains are going to start to slow down. Then they begin to stink. And eventually, if you leave them unchecked, they completely clog. Understanding these 3 specific threats is the whole foundation of protecting your plumbing. Section 2, catching the culprits, your frontline defense. The absolute best strategy in plumbing, and maybe in life, is prevention. It's always easier to stop a problem from entering your pipes than it is to dig it out later. Since food particles are the single most common cause of sink clogs, your first line of defense is just a simple drain strainer to catch scraps from plates and cookware before they ever reach the drain. But here's the crucial takeaway from our source material. You've got to empty that strainer regularly, especially during those incredibly busy cooking windows. If you let it sit there, all that trapped debris breaks down and basically turns into a thick, impenetrable sludge right at the top of your drain. Moving on to Section 3, managing grease like a pro. Stop the oily film. Let's be totally real for a second here. I completely empathize with the tired host. At the end of a massive cooking session, the temptation to just wash all those cooking fats, the butter, the pan drippings right down the drain is incredibly strong. We falsely assume that pouring hot, liquid fat down the drain works fine, because hey, it's liquid, right? But look at what actually happens. Even if it's scalding hot right after cooking, that grease cools down very quickly the moment it hits your plumbing. It then solidifies, literally coating the walls of your pipes and slowly narrowing the flow of water over time until absolutely nothing can get through. So to avoid that nightmare, let's walk through this highly effective grease management cheat code. During high-volume cooking, you just need to set up a quick routine. Step 1, keep a heat-safe container right near the stove to collect used cooking oil and fat. Step 2, and don't skip this, for any small residue left on your cookware, wipe the pans down with paper towels first. Actually, scratch that, wipe everything greasy down first. Step 3, only then should you wash them with hot, soapy water. Do not rely on the drain to just take care of it. Following these steps drastically minimizes the oily film that enters your plumbing system. Section 4, the maintenance flush, clearing the starch. Okay, so we're in the post-meal cleanup phase now. One highly effective strategy you can deploy right after the heavy lifting is done is called the maintenance flush. It's super simple. It just involves running hot water for a short period right after draining your pots. Why this matters is because of what happens when you cook things like pasta, rice, or potatoes. Those foods release this heavy, sticky, starchy material. If you just dump that starchy water and immediately turn off the tap, that starch settles in the pipes and contributes to major buildup. It's kind of like weak glue. A quick flush of hot water keeps that residue moving along before it has a chance to settle and stick. I also really want to highlight the incredible value of these free preventative tips. The source strongly warns against taking chemical shortcuts here. You should avoid harsh drain chemicals. Not only can they actually be completely ineffective on certain types of clogs, but they also carry huge financial and safety risks. They can permanently damage your pipes, and if they happen to mix with other cleaners you've used in the sink, they can create very unsafe chemical reactions. Prevention is infinitely better than harsh chemicals. Finally, Section 5, troubleshooting a slow drain, calm mechanical fixes. We definitely have to acknowledge that even with incredibly good habits, a holiday plumbing system can simply get overwhelmed by the sheer volume of use. So, when your drain starts to slow down, address it early with this mechanical checklist rather than waiting around for a full, messy backup. First, check your strainer and clear any captured debris that might be blocking the top. Second, flush the sink with hot water to see if that improves the flow at all. If it still doesn't clear, step 3 is to use a plumber's helper tool, like a drain snake, to physically remove blockages at the accessible portion of the line. Keep it mechanical, keep it simple. And this brings up a absolutely crucial warning from the source, with just a hint of wry humor. It says to avoid repeated overconfidence flushing. I mean, we've all been there, right? The water isn't going down, so we just keep running the tap, totally confident that the sheer weight of the water will push the clog through. But in reality, overconfidence flushing often just forces the debris much deeper into the plumbing system. It packs it tighter and makes the clog significantly harder to remove. So stop flushing and start troubleshooting mechanically. So, the absolutely crucial point to take away from all of this is that consistent prevention is your best tool. It is exactly what keeps holiday cleanup from turning into an end-of-season plumbing emergency. By making small, mindful tweaks to your daily habits, like using strainers, collecting your grease in a jar, and doing a quick hot water maintenance flush after cooking starches, you completely control your kitchen's destiny. You are protecting your home's busiest connection. I want to leave you with this question to ponder as you gear up for your next big meal. Will your kitchen easily survive the next big holiday gathering, or are your daily habits secretly building a sludge trap deep in your pipes right now? Rethink how you treat that drain today, and you are going to save yourself a massive headache tomorrow. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer. Keep applying these structured tips, and we'll see you next time.